Streaming from the 22 News Broadcast Center. This is 22 News at 4 p.m. Digital Edition.
Good afternoon, everyone, and happy Monday. Welcome to 22 News at 4. I'm Ciara Speller. We're going to have our top 4 at 4 in just a minute. But first, a look at your commuter traffic and weather with, of course, 22 News Storm Team meteorologist Brian Lapis. Brian, happy Monday.
Hey, back at you. All things considered, this has been an easy return, I think, in terms of the weather at least.
Yeah,
Let's take a look at traffic first. And there is a backup right in the middle of I-291 eastbound. So just keep this in mind that there's some slow going there. I'm not sure why. Would imagine that there's either an accident or some construction, but just keep that in mind. Otherwise, no major problems here as we are in the early stages of the afternoon/evening commute. Let's take a look at temperatures right now, and you can see here that we're in the low 60s, 61 Northampton, 63 in Springfield, 62 Greenfield and Westfield. Got a little shroud of clouds overhead. Rain has stayed out of our way. And there is some clearing west of Albany, and I expect that will be the trend here today. Clearing tonight, bright tomorrow, and then potentially an extended round of at least damp weather. We'll talk about it with our 22 News Storm Team Skycast.
Now for our top 4 at 4, we now know the name of the victim involved in the deadly shooting that took place on May 6th in Holyoke. That victim has been identified as 42-year-old Caleb Rodriguez of East Hampton. Officers found him suffering from a gunshot wound inside a vehicle near the intersection of Suffolk and Elm Streets. He was taken to Bay State Medical Center where he did not survive. A preliminary investigation determined Rodriguez was seated in his vehicle when an altercation involving multiple people began. The Hamden DA's office believes the shooting stemmed from an attempted robbery. This case remains an open investigation. We'll provide more information when that becomes available. A student at Holyoke Community College has been suspended for allegedly recording people in campus bathrooms without their knowledge. In a statement sent to 22 News, HCC President Dr. George Timmons and Board of Trustees Chair Vanessa Smith said an individual who was later identified as a student was using a cell phone to record bathroom users without their knowledge. That student accused was suspended by the college and is not allowed on campus, according to HCC. The situation was referred to the Hamden County District Attorney's Office, and they're currently investigating. Gas prices continue to climb here in western Massachusetts and across the country. The average price of gas in Springfield rose 10 cents per gallon in the last week, according to new numbers from Gas Buddy. Today's average price is $4.33, 45 cents per gallon higher than a month ago. Meanwhile, the national average price of gas has risen nearly 5 cents a gallon in the last week, averaging $4.48 today. Now to the latest in the deadly Hantavirus outbreak. A plane carrying American passengers who were evacuated from the infected cruise ship landed in Omaha, Nebraska earlier today. U.S. health officials say one of the 17 American passengers traveling on the flight tested positive for the virus, but had not been showing any symptoms. Another had mild symptoms. They were put in quarantine and assessed for whether they have been in close contact with any symptomatic people, and their risk levels for spreading the virus will be determined. 3 people have died since the outbreak began, and 5 people who left the ship earlier are infected with the virus. Now let's have another check of the weather with meteorologist. Some clouds and radar behind you, Ryan.
Yeah, got a little gray right now, but we'll stay dry here through the evening hours. Let's take a look. You can see the clouds overhead of the valley, and it'll be a slow clearing process, but we do expect the clouds to break up as we move toward the evening hours. Notice 7 o'clock. Scattered clouds through about midnight tonight, and then mostly clear overnight. The clear sky and a relatively light breeze is going to cool us down. You know, it just occurs to me that I should mention the fact that there is a frost advisory in effect for Berkshire County overnight tonight. Temperatures just about everywhere will be in the mid-30s to mid-40s overnight. We're forecasting a low of 38 to 44, 36 to 42 in that neighborhood for the valley. So if you have planted, and this is kind of early to plant anything, you may want to protect it or bring it inside if you can, with some chilly air on the way in here for tomorrow. 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, sunshine, bright day. High temperatures will be in the 60s. However, clouds roll in tomorrow night, and there will be some rain in the works here for the valley on Wednesday and possibly beyond. We'll show you on 22 News starting at 5.
Trending today, fans of Spirit Airlines aren't ready to see it go after the company announced they were ceasing all operations. A TikTok creator started a crowdfunding campaign to revive the airline, and more than $300 million has been pledged. The online movement is called Spirit 2.0, with the idea of making the airline community owned. Supporters are pledging money through a website, but experts say this type of transaction would face a lot of financial and regulatory hurdles if it ever really got serious. These pledges are reportedly non-binding, meaning supporters haven't actually been charged yet. For nearly 2 weeks, the film world's attention will turn to the Cannes Film Festival as some of the year's biggest movies make their debut on the French Riviera. Organizers say this year's lineup includes highly anticipated films from directors like Pedro Almodovar and Steven Soderbergh, as well as James Gray. The festival will also honor Peter Jackson and Barbra Streisand with honorary awards. The film festival has helped launch Oscar contenders like Parasite and Anora in recent years. And now for a look at what we're working on for 22 News starting at 5. A woman has been accused of grabbing and shooting a gun belonging to a West Springfield police officer. We'll have the latest on this developing story. Plus, community leaders in Springfield are stepping up following the end of the Springfield Police Department's consent decree. We'll show you how officials are coming together for a new beginning in the city. And organizers held their 5th annual Golf for a Cure today at Springfield Country Club. We'll tell you how money raised at today's fundraiser will improve the lives of those affected by Huntington disease.
Got a slow spot here on I-291 eastbound. You can see it right in the middle of the highway there. So just keep that in mind that there might be a little bit of slow going trying to get from 91 to the Pike on 291 or any of the exits that are in between. Otherwise, no major problems here with traffic as the evening commute gets underway. More rain in the works here before the end of the week. We'll track that potential and show you what's cooking for the pancake breakfast weather on Saturday tonight on 22 News starting at 5.
All right, Brian, thank you. And we thank you for joining us this afternoon for 22 News at 4. You can join us on TV starting at 5 and get all your local news and weather updates anytime on wwlp.com and the 22 News Plus app.